tuning in to the online broadcast network, AFTERBUZZ TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads from over 200 countries and your #1 source in after-show entertainment. AFTERBUZZ TV, the destination for TV superfans. Producing after-shows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows. Interviewing celebrities and showrunners. And bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Maria Menounos, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Akamai. Now, let the buzz begin!
Welcome, everybody, to a very special episode of AFTERBUZZ TV Spotlight On. I am your host, Anna Koppel, and here with us in the studio, very special guest. He has been called the Black Justin Bieber, but you probably know him best as Marvin Gaye Washington from Showtime's hit series Ray Donovan. Octavius J. Johnson, thank you so much for coming back into the studio.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having me.
We love having you.
It's just yellow, and it reminds me of bees. I hate bees because they, you know, I was stung once when I was a child, but I'm not going to go there.
Do it. That's what we're here for.
But yes, I love the colors. I always love the colors in here.
Good. Well, we always love having you in here. Let's just get right in.
Let's do it.
I think that the death of Marvin Gaye Washington is something that shocked all of us as an audience, left everybody sad. I've just seen the internet and the Twitter just crazy, like,
oh my goodness.
What happened? Bring back Marvin. We miss you, Marvin.
Yeah.
So can you maybe share something, now that you've had some time to process all that's happened, just sort of take us through, you know, knowing that you were going to lose Marvin and his death, and where you are with it now?
Wow. Yeah, that's a good question, Anna. You're great. No, but really. You know, like I said, when I got the call from Brian Zurf, it was just, he was really encouraging. And he told me not to worry about, you know, any insecurities. It was nothing I did wrong. It was just that, you know, they really wanted to make a spark this season and leave a huge impact and do something like this. So they told me that they were going to kill off Marvin and Recon. And so I didn't feel it in the moment, you know. So I was just like, okay, great. Okay, and I was on my way into an audition at the time too, so I had that on my mind. But I let it go in the audition. So, but like 3 days later, I felt it. I was like, oh man, I don't have a job. So, but it's been a great run. I've been so grateful. I mean, so I wasn't even supposed to be on that long. Just a few episodes the first season, and they kept my character in the show. So I'm grateful for that.
Yeah. Yeah, and we are too. We're so grateful that we were able to, because I know for me that, like, Marvin is a character that grew on me for sure. Like, I was like, who is this thug coming to ruin Bridget's life at first, and at the end I was anyway. What was the process of you getting your role on Ray Donovan? Did you know a guy, or did you straight audition?
Well, my dad is Mark Gordon. And,
really?
It would look just alike. You can't tell? No, I'm joking. No, but you know, it was another audition, and but I wasn't just another audition. I felt like this one was the one for some reason, for some weird reason, and you know, and I feel like that about some of the auditions that I'm excited about, like Wayward Pines. I went out for The Sun and there, but they went another route. If The Sun was biracial, I could have had a possibility, but I know I went out for that. I was like, that's a cool role to play, and this was one of the other characters that I was really excited to just portray, and I had a great time in the audition room, and I just had fun and let it go. So, is
there a specific process that you is there a specific process that you go through every time you go? Like, do you get yourself into like a certain frame of mind, or is every audition different? From, first of all, I want to say that I'm impressed that you were able to let the news from your execs at I forget his name, at Showtime, Ray Donovan.
Yeah. It's a few of them. So
well, no, when you were off on the phone call and you were able to just
Brian Zurf,
to just go into your audition, like, I'm so impressed with that, because I just feel like I would instantly be like, What?
Oh my goodness. Yeah, I mean, like I said, he did a great job of just comforting me,
Right.
letting me know that it wasn't about anything that I did, you know.
But what you did do is that you went into another audition and you
Yeah.
were able to just like roll with it.
Yeah.
So is it the same every time, or do you have like a thing that you do, or some things that you
Okay,
do?
so your question is, do I have like a thing that I do in situations like that, like when I get, you know, when I'm killed off a show, or
Yeah,
or
yeah,
just-
no, every time.
or just getting in character in general?
When you go into an audition,
Okay.
is there like a specific process that you go through, or is it different for you every time because what you're auditioning for is different every time?
Well, auditioning and I are, you know, we're having a funny phase in our relationship right now. It's kind
Okay.
of like, man, you know, I know that the I just I love being prepared, and sometimes auditions, you know, when you get an audition, you don't the time doesn't always allow you to prepare like you need to for an audition to do a good job. So, you know, I'm just trying to stay positive about, like, yeah, this is just it's a fast-paced business. I love it, you know. I'm not complaining, you know, but I'm like a perfectionist, you know. And so, if to answer your question, being prepared is one, like, you know, just doing everything I can to go in as much off book as I can, and just in character. So.
And so that's what you did for your Ray Donovan audition too?
I did, and I remember. It's funny. This gets a little personal. I was moving out of my mom's at the time, staying with a friend. You know, when you're 18, so I'm 20 now. That was 2 years ago. Yeah,
It's
I
fast
was on the
math.
show 2 years. Yeah, I know my basic math, and I was staying with a friend, single mom, older lady. I know her from, you know, through like my little brother who plays football with her son, and I stayed with her, who lived like, you know, in a townhouse across the street in Burbank, and she helped me with my lines. Her son helped me run through my line, and it was just weird. It was just like, normally, you know, I'm just, you know, I'll do it by myself, you know, and I'll do it with another actor. But it was just such a unique experience. So I keep in touch with them.
That's
Yeah.
Nice.
For sure.
Really cool.
Yeah, so I feel like, you know, they had that deep connection as well.
Yeah,
To the
I'm
character.
sure.
Yeah.
What do you remember about your first day on set?
Yeah. I was nervous.
I'm sure.
You know what? When you ask me that, I think of my, you know, the table reads. You know, so we Showtime is, we have, well, for Ray Donovan, we have table reads, and I know my agent told me that that it was just a big deal. This table read, they were gonna the network was there. They were gonna be watching me, and and at that point I felt, you know, accomplished because I got the part. So that was like episode 103, episode 3 of season 1, and just the table read. I remember like being like, you know, meeting John Voight for the first time.
Yeah.
Sitting next to Karis, who was just, I remember meeting her. She was so sweet, you know. Still is. And then Quan was there for the first time. It was just a good experience. Elliot Gold. Yeah, it was just, it's been a great experience, you know. And
Yeah.
I did not know who Elliot Gold was at the time.
Well, yeah.
Embarrassingly.
But you do now. So.
I do now, and now I recognize, you know, what he's done. So.
What was the general feeling on set after that? And what I mean by that is, like, were the old timers maybe, like, did they keep to themselves, or were they very generous with you? Did everybody have lunch together? I mean,
Yeah.
those sort of things.
Yeah, it's funny because you know how it's always weird when you go to lunch, you know, even in high school, you know, you just don't know who to sit with.
Right.
You know, you're trying to pick your friends, especially if it's a new environment. So for me, it was coming into this new family, and you know, I think naturally you just tend to sit with who you work with, and I don't think it's like a status thing, because, you know, if I ever had a show one day, I talk to everybody. So, but I can tell you that most of the time I sat with Karis because she's, you know, who I'm working with, Quam, and just whoever I'm working with. And, you know, I try to sit down with the writers and producers sometimes just to say thank you again as much as I can. And, pick their brains.
Yeah.
Like, what's next? They didn't tell me this was going to happen in season 2. I don't think they knew, though, you know?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it seemed like a decision that came last minute, certainly, for us. We didn't see it coming.
Yeah.
Awful for us. Well, I know you a little bit now. I've met you a few times. And you are just so different from who Marvin Gaye Washington was. But is there any part of him that you feel like you might take with you?
I think, you know, Marvin has an innocence about him, and it's just like, it's really special. You know, like, I remember we are definitely different because my first interpretation of one of the lines in the episode 3, or just that episode when Leah comes and kicks down the door and he's like, "Where's your dad?" You know, as an actor, my interpretation was like, you know, dad home, you know, he's dead, you know, like sad about it, you know. And, you know, writers came out, gave me a note, you know, about, you know, Marvin. Of course, they wrote him, you know, they may know more and they have a different perspective. So they were like, just throw it away. Like, he's living a life right now. So it's cool how they did that. They know what they're talking about. Like, because when you see Marvin, they didn't want to see that yet. When you first see Marvin in season 1, you see just this happy, charismatic kid living a life. Yeah, his dad home, my mom's dead. I mean, my dad was dead, you know.
Yeah.
Mom's on crack hole, you know. It's okay.
Yeah.
You know, I gotta, you know, Recon has a samurai sword. That's cool, you know, looking at the good things. So I love that about him.
Yeah.
And I'd love to take that characteristic from Marvin. Rest in peace. Moment of silence. Okay. Okay.
Your moment.
Yeah. I wore black today. I was thinking of that. So.
Yeah, it's good.
Black
and you look so good with the studio. So.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. I need some yellow though. I need some yellow studs.
You should see next time. Next time you'll think it all the way through.
I hope so.
Just kidding.
Yeah.
So, okay, I've read that you say you've never had an aha moment in terms of acting. Like, this is the moment that I knew I needed to be an actor. Like, is that true? That you?
Oh, did I say that? Oh, I'm sorry.
I read that. Okay. Well, what was the moment then?
No, I know what I said. You know, and I know what you're saying. You're not wrong. What I said was, like, I never knew I wanted to be an actor until high school. Like, and in high school, everyone, you know, they like begged me to be in the plays. They knew I could sing, and I was like, that's corny. What are you talking about? You know, Rent, you know, Once Upon a Mattress, Spelling Bee. Those are all the plays I was in, and I just gave it a shot, and I fell in love with it. So it's been fun. I love musical theater. It's really fun.
Is that something that you might get into?
I'd love to do that. I love these, you know, theater is definitely the foundation of, you know, acting in itself, and it definitely trains you to be a better actor.
That was going to be my next question is, have you had any formal training?
Yes, I have. Yeah, I've taken classes with Susan Rumer at Aaron Spicer Acting Studio. I took classes in New York with his name is slipping my mind right now, unfortunately, but he was Jennifer Aniston's teacher for a while. So I did train, but, like, you know, getting up on the stage is the best, you know, training you could get. The best, you know, it's just doing it is definitely, you know, what I'd advise someone to do. So
yeah. Sounds right to me. What is the first thing that you ever booked?
Oh, that's a good question. First thing that I booked was a Neutrogena commercial. Yeah, Yeah, I booked a Neutrogena commercial. Unfortunately, it was a buyout. And so I got about like $500. We didn't get like the big, you know, the scale rate. And it was non-union. Neutrogena was a non-union commercial. So, you know, they're tricky with just paying you less sometimes. But it's all right. I enjoyed it. You know, I was in Baltimore at the time, and I went to New York to film it. So that was like I was excited. No one's thinking about scale jobs now, you know, at that point, you know, so.
Right. Do you remember did you have a line in that commercial?
I was going to say that.
Oh, thank God.
Okay, so, you know, so my experience was, you know, on the spot, I think they liked me, so I didn't have a line, and then they gave me a line, and I just kept messing it up, all right? And then afterwards, I realized, like, oh, the camera had the, you know, the screen where it tells, you know, it says it has the dialogue. And I was just so in my, like, okay, do a good job, you know. I just was not thinking about that. And I wish that it was an experience. It's funny now, you know. Next time I'll know, like.
Yeah.
It was given to me right on the spot, but, you know.
Do you remember the line?
No.
No?
No.
Okay.
No. You won't get that deep. That's like my deep personal stuff.
Well, I was going to...
tucked away in my briefcase.
Way over here. I was going to ask if, you know, is that searchable online?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think they cut my line out, sorry. But I could find it because the girl, it's been a while. She's like the face of something, you know, like I could find it and online, but she's the face of like this new teen magazine or just the face of something. So it was cool to meet her there. She was so sweet too. So
cool. What about like childhood performances? Sometimes I'll hear actors say that, you know, their parents will talk about, you know, such and such a time that we knew we had a little performer on our hands.
Oh, when I performed?
Yeah.
You know, like I think it would be, you know, because I really didn't start theater until high school. So I, you know, maybe the church plays that I not really plays, but like just church, being in church and performing at church. You know,
singing in church.
Singing in church.
You want to sing something for us now? Is now a good time?
Oh yeah, of course. Okay, thanks for asking me. You want to sing along with me? No. All right. And girl, I may not be a thug, no. But I'll live a life that guarantees you love, yeah. Oh, girl, I may not have the money, no, but I'm rich in Christ, yeah. So come on and get this love, yeah. Okay.
Beautiful. That is so impressive. You got. I mean, I don't know if you guys can tell from where you're sitting, but yeah. First of all, you're so talented, and you know, Octavius was looking me right in the eye, and so I was just getting like nervous. I don't know. It was
hey, don't do that. Don't do that.
No, it was that was beautiful.
You made me nervous. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks for doing that on air and everything. When did you start singing? How?
Well, I started singing
in
church when I was really young, and you know, just singing backup.
Yeah.
Of my grandmother's choir, and
wait, time out. Your grandmother has a choir? Had a choir?
Yeah, she. Well, now that not that you know I was the foundation of the choir, but I moved from Baltimore. It's not together anymore, but my mom, myself, and my older brother were all in the choir.
That is so cool.
It's a family thing.
So
and
cool.
Really close friends. You have to be like in.
Yeah.
So,
well, yeah. I mean, it's your grandma's choir. You can't just walk into that. Yeah, that's really cool.
So I started singing in church, singing gospel, and realized that I liked John Legend. And it was a point in time where I sounded just like him. You know, because I just imitated his voice. I loved how he sung, and you know, I just imitated his voice. So
That is so cool. Do you play instruments too?
Yes, I play the trombone, the trumpet, the drums, piano.
Wow. You're like a real musician.
Oh, thanks. Do you? Do you play anything?
No, I don't.
Oh.
No, I host. That's what I do.
Yeah, you're good at it too. You're good. Yeah.
I love how like throughout this you're just like supporting me. You're like, yeah, keep doing it.
You're good. Yeah, I mean, you have to support each other. Support
That's
you know,
true.
I believe in that. You know.
That's totally true. It's a good attitude to have.
Yeah. I better be humble. I'm out of work. Yeah.
Not for long.
Yeah.
Not for long.
Yeah.
Do you? I know that you at least have an album in the works. Do you write all of your own music?
I am writing my music.
That is so impressive.
No collaborators right now. But not that I'm not up for it, not that I'm not open to it. But I just really had this conviction that I wanted to, you know, buy some tracks and just write to them, because I want to be a better writer. I love writing. I actually really love writing. So.
You mentioned buying tracks, so now I have to ask you.
How does that work?
No.
Oh.
I have to ask, because you played Marvin Gaye Washington. Have you been keeping up with this lawsuit between Marvin Gaye's family and Robin Thicke?
Oh, man. Wait. Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought you was talking about Ray Donovan. Okay. No.
Wait, there's a lawsuit with that?
No. Well, with the, like Cookie wanting the rights.
Oh.
Okay, that's what I thought you were.
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
Cool.
No, we don't need to go into Robin Thicke right now.
Okay.
That's not what we're here for.
Okay.
And so I'm sure that people, I imagine that people ask you all the time, maybe they do, maybe they don't, that, what do you like better, acting or singing?
Yeah.
I imagine they're different. Well, yeah, do you get asked that? Do you have a preference?
I can go off in the shower. I love singing. I love singing. It's just like, I love talking to the music. It's nothing like performing with live bands, live instruments, So I've done that before, and I can't wait to do it again. But I just love, just feeling the music and, like, using my voice. It's just fun. And acting is just the same. I love just becoming, stepping outside of myself and, doing inappropriate things is the favorite part. No, I'm joking. But
do you get inspired in the same ways? This is something that, like, I really want to put in a song, or this is, wow, that's so beautiful.
Yeah.
I need to, like, use that in my next. Are there different things that inspire you?
Yes. That's a great question. When you ask me that, I think of a song that I wrote. It's not finished, but it's about young love and it's like kind of a remake in my own original way, of course, of the I think it's Frankie Lyman, Fools Fall in Love, because it's in my mind. It's like, why I ain't no fool that fell in love is how I wrote it. But the Frankie Lyman song talking about why do fools fall in love? That. Okay. Yeah. You've never heard it?
I don't think so.
Okay.
You want to sing the rest?
It's like, I know that part. It's like, why do fools fall in love? I know I made my own. I have my own, like, so I'll sing what I have for my song. Okay, so it's like, okay, it's not copywritten. I'll just sing the chorus. Why do fools fall in love? Well, I ain't no fool that fell in love. No, So that's like the bridge. So
yeah. Good. You're so smart. That it's not copywritten. I'm not going to do the whole thing right now.
Yeah,
That's nice catch. It was a good catch.
I gotta get it copywritten first, but I can't wait to be able to sing it and finish the song. So
yeah. I know you've worked with a lot of talented people, but who are at least, I don't know, one or two people who have had the most influence on your craft?
Like who I've worked with? Like that I've worked with?
That you've worked with, yeah.
on the craft. John Voight, you know, told me, you know, when we sat down for lunch, he was like, you know, I asked him how does he do it, and he was like, you're doing it, you know, just keep doing it, you know.
Those are big words coming from John Voight.
Yeah, I mean, and I felt like I wasn't worthy of that, you know, like, no, like, it has to be way more, but he's a big supporter of just like working, because he's all he's done is worked for, you know, like most of his career, he's, you know, and you get better each film. So yeah.
Wow, I feel like I want to cry at that story. That's great.
Oh, thanks. And I mean, there's been like Pooch first sat down with me and was like, you know, he told me about, I didn't know anything about it because I didn't watch the game. I didn't watch all of the game. My mom loved the show, and he told me like the whole altercation, and, you know, told me about that, you know, him leaving the game for Ray Donovan, tried to work it out, but he just gave me some good insight about you know, just people, and, you know, and it was really positive. So, you know, I appreciated that. Everyone is, you know, everyone that I talked to, you know, they just spill some knowledge at me. So,
do you have any knowledge you want to spill at young actors?
Yes, I think that you know, and I'm honored that you think I'm worthy of doing that. But yeah, I think it's really about just knowing if it's your passion, not making it about the fame, and because it's not an easy business,
right?
And it's not a guaranteed business. I mean, so
right.
You know, just make sure it's you know, like what you love to do, and love to do it. Study a craft, and I think have fun is like what makes me happy about doing this. You know, I have fun when you know, because when I lose sight of having fun while doing like what I have the opportunity to do because I'm good at it, it just gets stressful. So yeah.
That's good advice.
Thanks. Yeah.
So if we could maybe sidestep and get just a little bit deeper into your personal life. You know, when you first came to AFTERBUZZ, you were like this young kid with this young career. But now you have a wife and a baby daughter. Yeah. Right? And so if I haven't already said so, you know, Mazel Tov.
Thank you.
It's big. It's a family man now.
Yeah.
So the first I want to know, how do you find you strike a balance between your career and, you know, being a husband and a father when, you know, most people your age don't have either thing?
Yeah. Well, it's not easy, and it's not something you can do on your own. If someone is doing it on their own out there, I'm like, wow, they're a strong person. But it gets tough because of, and I haven't even, you know, been on tour, you know, or just been away for months. Like, that's yet to come, and I can't imagine, you know, just, I guess I'd take my family with me, you know, just scheduling could be tough. But, you know I'm grateful that my wife allows me to do the scenes that I do with, like, Karis, and, you know, she's pretty, she's awesome for that, yeah. You know, I've known some actors that, you know, wives just don't feel comfortable with it, and, you know, it's a big deal, you know, so, and it was, and, you know, it's a struggle, who would want to see that, but, you know, like, she's really supportive, so. And but in Brooke, my daughter, who is 1 now, she's just added so much to our life, and it's just been amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've learned that it's not about me. So yeah.
Do you think now that you do have a little, not just a child, but a daughter, do you think that is going to influenced, or has it influenced the way you might approach your craft or your career? Like, are there certain roles that you might not take, or anything like that?
Oh, that's a good question. I don't know about roles that I wouldn't take. You know, I'm open for a lot of things, you know. You know, at the end of the day, I'm definitely about, because, you know, Ray Donovan is an edgy show, and I do some things that I don't do in real life and don't agree to, but you know, when it's, you know, I'm telling a story about some kid from Compton that does that, and I've been approached about how, you know, it just seems so real to them, you know, and
Yeah.
so, you know, if the stories, you know, I love when it's, when there's a message behind all of the corruption or sin, you know, I'm cool with it. So,
Yeah.
you know, one of my favorite movies is, well, I guess that's not a good one to name, you know, because it's like, it's not really, Man on Fire, but I'm trying to think of something. But,
I know what you mean,
yeah,
though, that,
yeah.
sure, if there's a message. I don't know why this comes to mind, but 21 Grams, did you ever see that movie?
Oh, no, I've heard of it, though.
Yeah,
And I think I've
such
seen
an
the
old
cover.
reference, but
Okay.
But yeah, I just feel like there was like a lot of questionable
Yeah.
behavior, wrong behavior even, that happens, but there's like a really beautiful message within the movie. So so I get that.
Yeah, movies like American Beauty or
Yeah.
the movie that with the drugs. It was a
That-
really
you know that
heavy,
movie with the drugs?
heavy, like heavily. It was about cocaine.
Traffic?
You're close. I don't know why I'm blanking out, but
I
it's about
don't
to be
know.
a film.
Blow?
We're about to go to film school right now.
Blow? No?
No.
Okay.
The Wayne brother was in it. Damon Wayans was in it. You know what I'm talking about now.
Requiem for a Dream.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, good job.
Yeah, thanks.
Good job.
Thanks. I wonder how the audience is enjoying this game of us playing.
Yeah.
What was the name of that guy? Ugh. What does your dream job look like?
I just hope to really be financially comfortable and stable, and be able to take care of my family, and give, yeah, give and just be able to enjoy the beautiful world, travel, and doing what I love. You know, I would hate to have to go be a respiratory therapist, but
Who do you know that's a respiratory therapist?
well, my daughter was she was a preemie baby, so
Oh, wow.
so kind of, you know, got some knowledge about that, and I was like, wow, I like that. If I ever had to fall back, not that I want to,
Right.
you know, go to school for 2 years.
But that's what you would do if you...
Yeah.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. So you wouldn't hate to be a respiratory therapist?
No, I wouldn't hate it. No.
Wow.
But, you know, but I'd be looking at the show Ray Donovan like,
That's
kill
the show.
me off. No.
That's the show.
Yeah, no. I think I'll work again.
Of course you'll work
Yeah.
again. Yeah, of
Yeah.
course you will. What do you have on the horizon?
I have, you know, it's funny because it's all of the independent movies that I did before Ray Donovan are just blowing up. Like, you know, it has a lot to do with money. These producers actually, you know, they found financing for both of them, and they were really shot well. Great story. They like both of them were shot on the Red feature
Yeah.
films, and I was like supporting lead. And they're blowing up. One's called 59 Seconds, that Donzale Abernathy was in. Vince Pruitt Taylor. Vince
Okay.
Pruitt Taylor. You know, Julito McCullum. It's been a while, so, and yeah, so they're doing well. They submitted that one to Sundance,
Great.
but like the movie Coldwater that I was in, it went to South by Southwest. And it's premiering all over the world right now. So
That's so cool.
they're not union, so you know, I'm not getting anything. But you know, it's just great to see that.
But
Yeah.
you will get exposure. So
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
And-
But I'm with, you know, a new agency and, you know, Paradigm, and they're great, and they believe in me, and I'm lucky that they took me on, you know.
Yeah. Well,
So-
they're lucky to have you.
Oh man.
So-
I'm they set me up with good meetings with directors and executives. And yeah, I'm reading scripts, you know, just to be like, hey, I like this character, and they know the director who does that, so that's cool.
Yeah, that is so cool. So what about in your music career? Anything going on there?
In my music career?
Sorry, did I get too serious there?
Yeah, you know, like I said, I just wanted to, like, I know some producers, and I just want to really buy some songs exclusively, and I just want to write to them. And when I'm ready, I want to, you know, record them or perform them.
Yeah.
And, you know, I'm focusing on the acting, you know, but I want to have songs prepared for, like, Octavius, you know, come perform here, have a song written for, like, a sound, you know, the soundtrack of a movie. So
yeah,
I just want to polish that craft of writing.
Yeah,
so,
really cool.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for coming in. We always love having you so much. We appreciate. Where can the fans find you?
So I have, you know, Twitter, Octavius J _Lord. And then I'm on Instagram, Octavius J Johnson 1. And Facebook, I'm on Facebook, Octavius J Johnson. And it's so funny because I'm working on what's next, you know, it's in the progress. And just enjoying family in the moment, you know, and you know, but I don't know what's next, but it's going to be great. I'm really excited. I'm being hopeful. And, you know, just like I said, enjoying family.
Yeah.
It's funny that you talked about that. Yeah, you know, like the complications of being married and all. Because, you know, you mentioned another aspect of just, you know, you said being an entertainer and being married. Like, but just being married alone is just like, okay. I know you by now. Every day, you know, it's a great thing. It's great. It's great. It's made me a better person.
Oh,
so,
that's
and
beautiful.
she's lovely.
I've met her. She is lovely.
Thanks.
Yeah.
She's always been the introvert, but just, you know, so deep within. So it's cool.
It's really beautiful. Really cool. Well, again, thank you. The people can follow you, and I know we're all going to be looking for you for your next project.
Thank you.
So,
thank
you.
Yeah.
And thanks for joining us for another Spotlight On. I have been Anna Koppel, and we will catch you next time.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.